What's up, everybody? Well, as you can see, I'm back. I did not see yesterday's episode because, like I posted on YouTube, I was sick yesterday, heavenly sick. I had the flu for the past 3 days. I could not eat shit literally for 3 days. I had like no appetite for like 3 days. So now I'm fully back. Anyway, I miss doing my videos. Like, I seriously, not doing a video for 24 hours and not watching General Hospital yesterday and not do it felt, and then when I watched today's episode, it felt like I missed weeks of General Hospital. That's how it felt. But I got my mojo back, so by watching today's episode, I'm up to speed on everything that happened yesterday. So, and I can eat my favorite foods again. Ooh, this is the best donut I've ever ate in my life. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Anyway, I got some news for y'all. I'm sure y'all probably already noticed by now. Bobby Spencer, Luke Spencer's sister, Carly's mother, is on her way back to Port Charles, even though she never really left Port Charles. But you know how some characters just drop off canvas? That's what happened to her. So she's coming back to the show. March 21st, I believe she's coming back. So it's going to be good to see Bobby again. I haven't seen Bobby. Nobody's seen Bobby Spencer in like 3 years. She left the show in like 2010. I haven't seen her in like 3 years. Anyway, today's episode, I loved it. I love today's episode. It was so much craziness. I don't know who to start with first. My goodness, it was just crazy. Fuck it, I'll start with Todd. I'll start with Todd and Carly first. This donut is so good, like this. Anyway, Todd and Carly. Who the hell do this bitch think she is? Carly. How you gonna break into his safe, not only take his passport, but take the money that's in the safe? That's stealing. That's theft. How you gonna do that with her little ugly ass? Carly get on my nerves, like, seriously. Ugh. Like, she claims she don't care about Todd. Bitch, you care. Stop lying. You care. Because if you didn't care, for one, you wouldn't be breaking into his safe. Two, you wouldn't even have a conversation with him if you didn't care. You would avoid him at all costs. You wouldn't even threaten to call the cops if you didn't care. So what you care for? You know damn well you still care. And she knows she still want Todd. And she always keep trying to say somebody played her. Bitch, ain't nobody play you. You played yourself. I hate how people try to act like Todd don't own up to shit. First of all, Todd has been honest with her since day one about who he is. Even he admitted that he does crazy illegal shit all the time. He don't know why he does it. He just do it. And he admitted that he's a little unstable. It's true, Todd does have mental problems. Yeah, he might not have no DID, but trust me, Todd is a very unstable person. So, come on now, everybody know Todd is a little fucked up in the head. I mean, you know, with Irene Manning as your mother, who wouldn't be? But, I just hate how everybody keep talking about they got connections and stuff like that. First, John and Sam talking about they got a connection. Now you got Todd talking about something. Him and Carly got a connection. They had a connection there since they met last year or whatever like that. What connection y'all got? Y'all don't even know each other. What connection you got? Then Todd asking Carly to run away with him. Todd, please, you do not want to run away with that banshee. Please. Carly is a bona fide man eater. What the hell you want to run away with that skank for? She ain't gonna do nothing but leave you for the highest bidder. That's all she gonna do. Because that's all Carly does is fuck with the richest person. Please, the richest man she ever fucked with was Jax. Ain't Jax a billionaire of some sorts? I heard he was a billionaire. She done fucked that marriage up, so of course. Carly just get on my nerves. Like, seriously, you play yourself. What Carly needs to do is focus on the hotel, focus on her children. That's what you need to focus on. And stop trying to focus on men, specifically rich men. That's all I'm trying to say. Carly, she just irritates the fuck out of me. Like, Todd can do so much better than that bitch. Anyway, I know a lot of people are not happy about this vampire storyline and whatnot. I wasn't either, but let me tell you something. Caleb Morley I've never in my life been afraid or intimidated by Michael Easton. But when he plays Caleb, it sends chills on me. Like, it just frightens me in a way. Like, his evil smart, like the smirk on his face, the evil grin, the laughs. He got way more personality than the John McBain character. When Michael Easton portrays Caleb, he's at his best. But when he's John McBain, it's like he's no emotions. Like, but when he's Caleb, it's like Caleb is so unorthodox. You never know what Caleb is going to do or say. And that's what I love about the Caleb character. I think they just need to get rid of the John McBain character and just let Michael Easton come back to General Hospital as Caleb. You know, you could get rid of the whole vampire shit and just have him come back as Caleb. Still not necessarily put him with Sam and nothing like that, but just let him come back as Caleb. He got more personality, I think, than John. And I do like Caleb. His scenes with Lucy Coe, even though it was a dream, to her it was a dream, but trust me, Caleb is real. I believe it. Caleb is real as fuck. He ain't no imagination. Caleb is real. And the thing was, when he was having his scenes with Lucy Coe, Lucy was shook. Lucy, I mean, she's a brave woman, but trust me, she is no match for Caleb Morley. And then with Caleb, I didn't know Caleb knew Rafe was his son. I didn't know he knew. Because when I left off on Port Charles all them years ago, I was under the assumption that Rafe and Caleb didn't know Caleb was the father. Caleb didn't know. I knew Rafe knew. He found out, but I never thought Caleb knew. But, so if Rafe is Caleb's son, technically he's John McBain's nephew. Because I'm telling you, Caleb has got to be related to John McBain. He's got to be his identical twin. Has to be. I don't know how they're going to explain it. All they got to do is, you know how writers do, all they got to do is rewrite history a little bit. I mean, come on, look how they rewrote the sister thing. Nobody ever knew John McBain had a sister. He never ever mentioned it in Landview. But as soon as he comes to Port Charles, he got a sister. So obviously they damn sure could rewrite history a little bit. I'm starting to think Caleb is his brother. Him and Michael McBain. Maybe Caleb started out as a normal person, then he got bit by a vampire and became the king of vampires, Caleb Morley. It's possible. But his scenes with Lucy was just bone chilling. Like, he's scared. He put the fear of God in me. I'm just saying, well, the fear of a vampire in my ass. Caleb ain't nothing to fuck with. Then when John McBain was talking to Rafe, when John was talking to Rafe and stuff like that, Rafe was convinced John was the one that did it. But then when they started getting into more details about it, and Rafe told John about the ring that Caleb was wearing, and you want to know what's funny to me is the fact that any real cop would not believe that a kid saw that cop kill their mother. No real cop would believe something like that. An identical person killed that kid's mother. No real cop would believe it, but I could tell John McBain was believing this kid. That somebody that looks like John McBain was out there killing somebody. I think he believed him. Because it's a little hard for a kid to come up with a story like that. And the thing about it is, he got to believe that John McBain is not this killer. Because John don't wear jewelry. John McBain never wore a ring before. Not that I've seen. The only ring I ever seen him wear was a wedding ring when he married Blair in 2009. That's the only ring I ever seen him wear. And a nice gold ring like the one Caleb wears, that looks a little way too expensive for John McBain. And John do not make that much money for no ring like that. So we already know Caleb is not no figment of Allison or Lucy's imagination. Because see, Ron and Frank said in an interview that Caleb is a part of their imagination. Then how come Rafe saw him? If Rafe can see him, obviously he ain't no figment of their imagination. He's real. And he's really walking around Port Charles. And then when Caleb went into the prison cell to see Rafe, it's that look in Caleb's eye, like it scares the shit out of me. Like he's a dangerous son of a bitch. Freaky bastard. But that's the only way I tolerate this storyline is because of Caleb. Had they not made Michael Easton do the Caleb character again on this show, I think this vampire shit would have been boring. But I think it's pretty interesting now that Caleb's in play. I think it's interesting because I definitely want to see him and John McBain link up. What would it be like if John ran into Caleb? You know how crazy that would be? I swear, I would mark the fuck out if I seen the two of them in a scene together. That shit would be explosive. But now that Prospect Park, they're taking Todd and John off the show. Now we don't know where the fuck this storyline gonna go. That's the fucked up part. Anyway, KRISTINA, Dumbstina. I don't know why Connie did what she did. Okay, yeah, it was the right thing for her to do. Morally, it was the right thing to do because she knew KRISTINA was grieving and stuff like that. But at the it still doesn't excuse her behavior. Like you damn near killed the woman. You tried to strangle her. You tried to beat her head in with a baseball bat, and yet she still came in court and defended you, dropped the charges against you. Excuse me. And KRISTINA, let me just say this. Connie, that cockamania story that Connie came up with about some softball team, what judge in their right mind gonna believe that nonsense? A softball team in February? Who gonna believe that bullshit? That whole story sounded retarded. But hey, if it worked, it worked. I could tell Braxton P. Hartnebrig wasn't so happy about that. You know who Braxton is. He played the DA. Where do they find these whack DAs? Like, I mean, come on. Seriously? You got to have more power than that. But anyway, KRISTINA talking about, she gonna ask Connie, why did you do that? Instead of saying thank you, you little bitch, you should be saying thank you to her because she just kept your ass out of prison. You would have been in a female division over at Pettonville if it wasn't for her with a cellmate named Shirley. So you better be apologetic towards her. And then Connie also cleared up the situation with ELQ with Michael. Told Michael that Sonny wasn't the one that set the story in motion, which I'm glad she told the truth. So now Sonny's name has been cleared. He's not the culprit behind the ELQ scandal. So now Michael knows the truth. Anyway, it was good to see Shawn again. Why can't they give Shawn more storylines? Like, seriously, ain't he a main character in the show? Can't they give him any more storylines? Him and Alexis maybe together instead of always just tiptoeing around each other. Like, come on, they're boyfriend-girlfriend. Let them be together. Speaking of boyfriend-girlfriend, TJ. I was a fan of TJ, but now this little boy is pissing me off. Like, seriously, kid. You are such a jealous little bastard. And then got the nerve to call Rafe Molly's boyfriend. I'm like, are you serious? She never even said that she had feelings for the kid. She don't even know the kid like that. But to sit there and judge him and say that he's guilty without knowing all the facts, that's a little harsh. And TJ, I mean, like, you're taking this jealousy to a whole nother level. All she's doing is trying to claim this kid's innocence. She's trying to believe his story. That's it. and you're jumping to conclusions that she got feelings for the kid, when you should just be supporting her. And then he gonna sit there and talk about, oh, but the kid, they found him with the murder weapon. So just because that's circumstantial evidence. Okay, yeah, they found him next to the body with the murder weapon in his hand. Circumstantial. Dum-dum. Circumstantial evidence. All things that you see are not exactly what you think. Just because you see a kid kneeling over his dead mother with a murder weapon in his hand, I can understand how you would jump to the conclusion that he did it, but you weren't there, so you don't know what really happened. You don't know the facts. So to sit there and convict the kid off something that you don't even know what happened, I just think it's ridiculous. And then TJ did the most dead wrong thing. He blatantly snitched on Molly and told the commissioner that Molly went down to the jail to see Rafe and got her in trouble by Anna DeVane. That is so fucked up. Why would you sit there and snitch on your own girlfriend? And then when Anna told Molly not to do that again, TJ gonna sit there talking about, oh, she won't do it again. Now you're speaking for her, telling her what she not gonna do? Okay, little Ike Turner, you better go sit down somewhere and put that pen pen away before you get that shit shot off. Don't forget who her uncle is, motherfucker, Sonny Corinthos. You better put that little Ike Turner back in his cage, I'm telling you. Don't sit there and get pistol whipped. I'm gonna sit there and tell her what she ain't gonna do. Who the hell you think you are, boy? Forget who the hell her uncle is, and definitely who her father is, because Rick Lansing don't play that shit. Going up against the wrong one. TJ better go sit that ass down somewhere. Stop all that jealousy. Anyway, Luke and Tracy, I didn't really care for their scenes today, because all they're talking about is ELQ, which I really don't care. Tracy finally got arrested by the SEC. Monday, Laura Spencer is coming back, so I can't wait to see that. Her interactions with Lulu, and this is actually going to be the first time that Laura met Dante, so it's going to be quite interesting for her to meet her brand new son-in-law. But anyway, I hope all of you have a great day. I will see all of y'all for Cliffhanger Friday tomorrow. See y'all later.